It's lovely to have you on the other side of the screen. It's a really cold day here in Queensland. I don't really own any warm pants, so I've put on my leg warmers and my jumper, and I couldn't be bothered doing yoga. So I've been sitting at my computer, working away, procrastinating, thinking of every excuse not to do this. I even wrote about it, so you can read it in my blog. And then something just came over me. So here I am. I'm gonna do a nice winter warm-up, even though it's not even winter here yet. But this little cold snap we're having certainly is nice for keeping us indoors, drinking warm fluids and nourishing our bodies with heating warm food, a lot of root vegetables and that sort of thing, which I know I'll be doing tonight. So join me on your mat with whatever you're wearing. If you're wearing your jumper and your leg warmers, then so am I. Those of you that know me from Melbourne will recognise these babies because I used to wear them through most of the year where it was really cold. So without further ado, I will, you will, we will do a little flow. It won't be too long, but there's some little poses that we can do that really help us to build heat in our practice. So it starts with the breath. So come and take a comfortable seat with me. So come and take a comfortable seat, however it's comfortable for you to sit right now. Cross-legged or with your legs out in front of you, maybe taking something out beneath the sit bone so you've got a little bit more height. Rest the hands, choose a mudra, maybe a chin mudra here. Otherwise just rest the hands on the legs and take a few slow breaths to become present. I like to close down my eyes. I feel like it's that instant force, I guess, to turn inward and to block off all of the senses. So turn it in, turn everything inward, as though life is really only ever residing right here within us. As you breathe in through the nostrils, you allow everything to fill up and expand. And exhale, return out of the nose, emptying your day. Can you see me smiling? It's actually because I'm just so excited that I've done this. It takes a lot of effort sometimes just to roll out your mat and sit with the breath. But it's very rewarding. So if you feel like smiling today, then go ahead and smile. As I like to say in my classes, random acts of smiling welcome anytime. So notice now with your breath, and you'll hear with mine, that oceanic sound, so that ujjayi breath that we've spoken about in other videos. We're using that to create heat within the body. I remember actually last year going into one of the local delis, like a food market, supermarket sort of style of outlet. But it's all open up here because we don't get a lot of cold weather. And it was in the middle of winter. It was 7 a.m. right after one of my 6 a.m. classes, and this poor girl on the register, she was wearing, you know, those mittens, the gloves without the fingers put in. So she still had little fingers out to use the till. But she was freezing, and there's a breeze coming through. It was really cold. And I was feeling really warm after the practice, so I just offered her one tip. And I said, do you mind, can I share something with you that will help you through your day and to heat your body up and no one will know you're doing it? So she was like, yeah, I did that. So I taught her this breath, the ujjayi breath. So we've got to create the oceanic sound. So in the back of the throat, there's this area called the epiglottis that I'm pressing down on now. It's actually the choking mechanisms that we're all inbuilt with. It's down right in there. So you want to restrict that slightly, not completely, just a slight restriction. Inhale. Exhale. I'm already feeling warmer. Inhaling. Still smiling. Exhale. Anyone feel like moving, or we're okay here? Let's move. Up cat, down cat. Come on over those crossed legs. Feel free to swing them to one side and make your way over to all fours. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Inhale, look up towards the ceiling. And exhale, round. See, now I'm using the out breath and I'm working with my mouth to breathe out. So through the nose here, out of the mouth. Let's do 3 more. Really completely filling on your inhale and empty on the exhale. Good. I've got a little trick to do that helps create heat really quickly as well. So tuck the toes under and then just lift the knees off the earth, about an inch or so away from the floor. So you want to press the fingertips into the earth, engage the arms so that muscles hug the bone. Look forward, so we're always sort of preparing here for our arm balances. New breath in. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Still working with that Ujjayi breath. Option to smile at any stage. I thought it'd make you smile just looking at me in my shorts and my leg warmers. By the way, they're really warm. Return. Let's inhale and work into a high plank. And then exhale to come back to downward facing dog. See if you can work with the timing of your breath. So as you inhale forwards, when you're halfway through the inhale, you're halfway through the movement. And as you're halfway through the exhale, you're halfway through the movement. And I lie, I do actually own a pair of, I own 2 pairs of jeans, but I just didn't really think they'd be yoga appropriate. I could have worn leggings, but I thought I'd make you smile instead. Bend the knees really deep, draw the chest to the thighs. Good, lower the right knee to the floor. Take the left foot into the earth. I'm just going to come up into a side angle variation. So you've got the support of the knee beneath you. We'll come into another round shortly where you've got the option to stack up, but feel free to come back to this modified variation. Breathe it in. Exhale and return. Come straight to the opposite side. Building strength through the arms. Core is working to lift the hips. Engage through the legs. Use the feet as support. New breath in. Return the gaze, return hands, return both knees to the floor. Inhale, up cat. Exhale, down dog. Out of the mouth. We breathe. Let's do that again. Inhale, up cat. Exhale, out of the mouth, down dog. Third and final. You know I like things in 3. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, glide yourself forwards to a plank, and let's come through our modified or full chaturanga here. Lower slow to the floor. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, return to the earth. Don't stop here. Inhale. So you want to keep moving. We're strengthening. So anything typically strengthening is heating. Inhale to lift. Shoulders back and down away from the ears. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. See how I'm not pushing my hands into the earth here. See how this is all being done with the muscles through the back. Final round lifting. Exhale, return. Knees back to downward dog. Maybe just touch base and say hello to puppy pose. And tuck the toes under downward dog. Bend into the knees, look forwards. And step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Breathe it in length. Exhale and fold. Breathe in some more. Exhale, release. Left leg steps back long to the very back of the mat. Lower the left knee to the floor. Now feel free to stay here with the hands on the earth or start to lift up. And because we're going to move into some back bending, you can start to open and introduce the body to the idea of back bending. Remember, the back bend starts at the front of the thigh. Last breath. Return. We're going to hop switch you here. Feel free to swap your own way. Tuck the toes under the back leg, off the knee. Hop switch. Return. Lift long. Bend into the back. Open through the chest and the heart. Option to look forwards or protract the chin and take the gaze back. Returning for hop switch. Good. Lower the knee to the floor and let's come all the way back now to a high kneel for camel pose. Bring the hands to the sacrum. Some of you will have the reach for the heels. You may like to tuck the toes under. Some of you will turn the fingers to face the sky. Entirely up to you where you want to take the practice. Keep the breath flowing. We're heating the body. And holding anywhere there from 3 to 5 breaths. And coming down to child's pose. Good. So some people like to go running when it's cold and rainy to build heat, but I've created our own little downward dog run. So come and find your way back to downward dog. And from here, just start to lift the feet off the floor. That's right. And start to run now in your down dog. You can bring the heels up towards the sit bones. And you can run as much as you can here on the spot. Good. You return. Give yourself a little round of applause by bending the knees deeply. We're going to not just take one foot off the floor at a time, we're going to take both feet off and clap. And there's your clap. Good, and return back to the floor. Always resting between rounds. So I'm personally feeling hot, so I'm going to take off my one and only Queensland jumper now. Do you want to meet my dog, by the way? The dog that I'm dog sitting? I'll bring him in just after this. Couple more heating poses with me. Come and find a plank. So even just holding a plank, maybe you can challenge yourself today in a yogic kind of way and hold here for up to a minute. Press the fingertips into the earth, engage the legs, draw the heels towards the back of the room. And just you want to make sure that we don't sort of lower and dump into the hips too much. So you want to keep everything up and firm. Let's come through our chaturanga. Low plank, inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing. 2 more. Beautiful yogis. Make your way back down to the earth. We're going to work into a back bend now from the floor. So we can work with locust pose where we lift here. We can reach the arms out in front or behind. We can interlace the fingers and lift the chest, lift the legs. Last breath. And return slowly. Always resting between rounds. Feel free to do that round again with locust or to come into bow pose. So here in bow, we fold the legs. You can always just work one leg at a time and work into a quad stretch, otherwise lifting up. Really, as you're breathing here, really breathe into the absolute pit of the belly. And slowly lower. Rest. Good. And work into Wild Thing now, which is a side stretch with a view to back bending. So we fold the left leg in towards us, take the right hand beneath you and roll on to the right side of the body. Lift into the hips and take this arm all the way overhead. I like to flush it out between rounds, entirely up to you. And swap sides. Again, returning, flushing it out. Breath in and breath out. Good, make your way down to the knees. We're up to our very last back bend. So I'll work you through the different stages to get up into full wheel pose. Always, chaturanga is a really good indicator as to when we're ready to come up into a full wheel pose. If you've got the strength in your arms for chaturanga, it's generally a really good indicator that you're ready to full wheel. So lay on down. You just want to draw the feet in towards each other here. So you're bending at the knees and plant the feet into the earth. Take the hands, whole arm grounds down to the floor. And from here, just start to gently lift the hips. See how I'm breathing into my belly? It's expansion. Interlace the fingers underneath you if you'd like, and you can then draw the shoulders in towards one another. So work with a couple of these variations. You might even enjoy lifting up for the count of 3 or 4, and then lowering back down for 3 or 4. That's going to bring a bit of core strengthening work into the practice, which is always great as well for building heat. Those of you wanting to come into a full wheel pose, hands behind you. See how the legs don't change, they stay exactly as they are. Bring the hands in. You want to make sure the elbows are in directly behind you as opposed to coming out wide. They're not splaying out wide, they're drawing straight in. And when you're ready, lifting up. Deep breaths. I find a lot of people here want to hold tension in their neck and they want to sort of be looking up. So you want to keep looking back down. So you relax through the neck and the spine is in one long line.
Anything further here would be to come down to the forearms if that's in your range. And from here you can come back to the head, back to full wheel pose. And in your own time coming out, tuck the chin in. It's really important that you tuck that chin in. Take the feet wide, knees roll in. Here, a few breaths. Great, breathe that away. Well, I hope you're feeling warmer now. Feel free just to take a gentle twist here by taking the knees from side to side. Perhaps the gaze to the opposite side. So I mentioned that I was dog sitting, and you would have heard him barking through this class, so I thought, I'll go and get him. Would you like to meet him? Okay. No promises as to how he's going to behave, but just wait a sec, okay? I'll go and get him. Come here. Good boy, good boy. So this is Rufus, everybody. Rufus, say hello. Say hello to the camera. Rufus lives here in Queensland with us, and he's staying at my house for a couple of days. And he's a very good doggy, and you. And for those of you that know me know that I'm actually scared of dogs. I think I must have had some sort of experience when I was a little girl, and I've always been scared of dogs. But when I met Rufus, which was about 5 years ago, he was just so gentle and kind and beautifully spirited that I kind of fell in love with this one. I'm still working at falling in love with all the doggies in the world. Look at this, look at him sitting down, behaving so beautifully. So yeah, it took a while to get used to having a dog in my house and going to sleep without having to pat him to sleep or read him a book, give him a pat and a kiss like I do with my children. Same when I leave the house, I always feel strange leaving him out there, don't I? But anyway, this is Rufus. Did you have a nice day today? Have you wet my mat? No? Not with your wet paws? Okay. Anyway, bye for now. Lovely to spend some screen time with you. I'm certainly feeling much warmer. How are you feeling? If only dogs could talk, what would he say now? That he likes my leg warmers? Do you like my leg warmers? Come here, come here. Want to dance with me? Come up, come up. No? Want to try and do a downward dog? Want to do a downward dog? Yeah. This way, downward dog. Here you go. No, he doesn't quite get it. Anyway, we're off to play around outside. Have some exercise for this little one. See you guys. Namaste.